Hi, I'm back. I missed you all so much, and I'm so sorry that I made you wait so long to hear from me again. But I'm back, and I'm on here just to introduce to you a cooking video that I once did, and it's one of my favorite desserts. It hits the spot, that sweet spot, just so nicely without any highs or lows in your hormones. It is PCOS friendly, and I am happy to share it with you. It is called the avocado chocolate shake. It's more like a mousse or a pudding, if you will, more so than a shake. But it's one of my favorites, and I want to share it with you. So follow along, take notes, make it for yourself and your family, and let me know how you like it. All right, until next time, enjoy the sweet. Hi, everybody. I am back. I am Deneen Kirby, and we are going to do a fun recipe that tastes good, and it's very unorthodox, and it's called the avocado chocolate shake. Now, before you start saying, oh, I don't like avocado, this recipe is just incredible because you can make it the way you want. So you can make it out of a shake if you add more of the liquid ingredients. You can make it like a mousse or a pudding, like a chocolate pudding. You would just put less milk in it, and we'll talk about that later. Or somewhere in between, you can make it like an ice cream, and after you make it, put it in the freezer for it to freeze. So it's very versatile. And the avocado, the texture and the taste is to the advantage of the recipe, because the creaminess of the fruit, you only need one, right? The creaminess of the fruit will benefit the recipe because you want the creamy texture depending on whether you want a shake, if you want a mousse or a pudding, or even an ice cream. And then the flavor is very mild. Avocados have a very mild flavoring, so it will take on the chocolate and the vanilla flavoring. So just bear with me and stay with me here until we finish to the end. It's good. It has a little sweetener in it, and it's very simple. It only takes about 5-6 ingredients, and that is one very ripe avocado. And this is also excellent. So if you have avocados and you open up and they're black in the inside, nobody likes to really eat those. So you can save it and make your smoothie or shake, avocado mousse or ice cream with those particular avocados. Very ripe. Also, I have vanilla flavoring here. I got this from Trader Joe's. This is just vanilla extract with no alcohol. There are other options as well, which this is the pure bourbon vanilla extract. This is one my husband particularly likes, so I buy it for him. So it wouldn't be chocolate without the chocolate flavoring, right? So you need either whole chocolate. You can also in a melt down. You can also have cacao nibs if you want. I actually have the cacao powder. All right. You can also be chocolate. Cacao is just a vegan form of chocolate. So if you're vegan, cacao is what you want to go with for the chocolate flavoring. And then for the sweetener, we have agave nectar. And I'll show you here. This is the brand that I have. I also have different varieties. So I just finished up this brand, which is a dark agave nectar. And it's really just personal taste preferences between the two, as I understand. I don't think there's any extra medicinal energies in either the dark or the light. I think it's just a flavor profile. I also have this. It is date nectar. It's just ground up dates. Dates is an excellent way to sweeten things. So I am staying away from sugar. And so I'm always trying to find a variety of sweeteners that can help sweeten things, because of course We all like a little sweet taste every now and again. The great thing about this recipe is that you don't have to dirty up any extra dishes. You can do everything right in your blender. So I have a high power Blendtec blender, but any blender would do as long as it can crush ice. It has to be powerful enough to crush ice. So I'm first gonna open up the fruit. And yes, avocado is a fruit, a very delicious and nutritious fruit as well. See how pretty that looks? Let's see if I can get it without the lights doing. But also know that if it's brown or spotted in the inside, you can totally use the fruit. In fact, you can use it because you don't have to look at it. Oops. Oops. And it takes on the color and the flavor of the chocolate. So you want to just scoop everything out here, and the same with the other side. Go ahead and pit it. And you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just taking the pit out of the avocado, and so that I can get all of the fruit out. So avocado is a great way to put healthy fats into your diet. And again, if you don't like the color, the taste, or the texture, you can always hide it in spectacular recipes like this one. Okay, so now that we have the avocado in, the next is the cacao or the cocoa powder. The recipe calls for 1 tablespoon, so I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon. And of course, if you like it really, really chocolatey, so it's all to you can make this recipe yours as much as you like. All right. So my 1 tablespoon. I have roasted cacao powder. All right, so next is the vanilla. And for the vanilla, hold on, let me get a spoon. I think 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring is perfect, but again, it's your recipe, so you make it how you like it. And plus, my almond milk sometimes has vanilla flavoring in it, so sometimes you don't have to add the vanilla extract, but this one does not. It's just original. So again, this is 2 cups of milk is what the recipe calls for, but again, I add that at the end and gradually, so that I can determine how thick and or how thin or the texture of the recipe or what I want to make. So again, if it's a smoothie or a shake, you want more milk, right? So that you can slurp it through the straw. If you want a mousse, you want it a little bit more thicker, and a pudding even more so. And ice cream, we would just put it in the freezer and let it freeze up. All right, so again, we're gonna put that at the end. And the same for the sweetener, right? The agave nectar. It calls for 1/4 cup of honey or agave nectar if you are vegan, or again, this date nectar, which is awesome, which is ground up dates. And so I'm gonna pour in my 1/4 cup, or you can start with maybe half of that if you want to control how sweet it is, but 1/4 of a cup usually. My recommendation is that. I've made this recipe many times successfully. But of course, as we eat less sugar, our taste buds change and our taste profile changes. So you know, you can use your taste buds to determine how sweet something is, as opposed to just following the recipe blindly. Okay, so from there we have to put in 1 cup of crushed ice, and so that's in the freezer. So I pre-crushed my ice because I just have ice cubes, and this is 1 cup of crushed ice. All right. And you can also add a shot of espresso into this mixture as well to give it a more fuller, richer flavor and more espresso chocolate flavor. Yummy. No coffee for me, so no espresso shot. All right, so now I'm going to put in the milk. Again, the recipe calls for 2 cups. I'm gonna start with 1 cup and then add gradually, and so that you can see the different textures. So this is 1 cup. I typically like mine in more of a pudding type texture, and I also put in the refrigerator to eat later, like or freezer. I keep saying refrigerator. I put it in the freezer so that it can freeze like ice cream. It's so good. All right. So now let's bring out the base. And we have everything in there, right? So 1 whole ripe avocado, the cacao powder or the cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon. We have the milk, the ice, the sweetener, and let's turn it on. So I blended it for about 30 to 40 seconds, depending on the powerfulness of your blender. And so this is the texture after just 1 cup of the milk. So it's, I don't know if you can tell, it's like thick and moussey. It's a little bit thicker than a shake, right, or a smoothie. So if you want a shake or a smoothie, then you would add the extra cup of milk, right? But this is like a good texture for me with the 1 cup of liquid, which is the milk. All right, so moment of truth. I'm gonna taste it for you, but I'm actually gonna put it in the freezer because I want it like ice cream. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Oh my God, that's so good. I taste the vanilla, the chocolate flavoring. It's smooth and creamy. Oh, you don't even know it's avocado in here. No taste, no texture. I mean, no taste, no color, but the texture has left its mark behind. And again, just yummy. I can just eat it like this, of course. I can eat it like this. But I'm gonna put it in the freezer I think, and I'll let you know, and I'll show you the end result, right? All right, so easy avocado chocolate dessert.